4th June 2024. The mainstream news channels, the online social media platforms were busy in fetching the first-hand information from the counting station to be updated with their viewers and listeners. But once the trend has got established by the afternoon, a mainstream news channel has came forward with a breaking that Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to Chandrababu Naidu of Telugu Desam Party. Now, my dear friends, have you ever heard such a kind of news in the previous two terms when Mr. Modi was able to fetch an absolute majority for the BJP in his leadership? And certainly not. Now, this time it was indicating that there is no chance for the BJP to be the single party which will be able to form the government. That means the Bharatiya Janata Party will have to rely on the alliance partners for the formation of the government, and that is what we have saw in the recent days, that the BJP or the Narendra Modi 3.0 is in support of the JDU and the TDP. Now, again, in the formation of the cabinet, the Council of Ministers, the Cabinet Committee on Security, nothing has got much changed, but still, the third Modi government is an NDA government, my dear friends. It is a National Democratic Alliance government. It is not a BJP government. It is not, in fact, a Modi government. And another interesting factor that points out to this election results is that even Mr. Modi is also not invincible. And that is what is the beauty of a constitutional democracy. Nobody is invincible and nobody can be absolute, my dear friends. Each and every authority, be it the Parliament of India, be it the judiciary, be it the executive, be it the Prime Minister, does not matter. The constitution, the fundamental law of the land is what is the supreme authority in the land of India. Fine. Now, something which was in fact behind the curtain, due to the reason of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was unable to get an absolute majority, has came back to the limelight. We would see that what exactly is one of such kind of important news. Special category status for Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. Past demands come back in the limelight. Very good. Demands from Bihar and Andhra: is special category status feasible? Another news. Are special category states justified? Chandrababu Naidu, Nitish Kumar want special category status for Andhra, Bihar. What is this and why are they asking for it? In fact, as part of the Pulse of the Present series presented by IAS Hub, we would like to provide you a quality analysis regarding what the special category status mean by. Is the special category status justified? How many of the states or UTs have got the special category status? What are the criteria that are required for a state being granted with a special category status? What are even the benefits? And what is the way forward for those demands by certain states? Fine. So that is our focus area on today's lecture, my dear friends. It is special category status. So just try to understand that 11 states in India, that is the 7 sister states of Northeast, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and the Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir. Okay, 7 states in India, 11 states in India. In fact, the 7 sister states of Northeast, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, the Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir, In fact, there is a wide-ranging speculation among the UPSC aspirants whether Telangana has been accorded with a special category status. Try to understand, my dear friends. In 2018, the Union Home Minister has made a reply in the floor of the Parliament that Telangana is not a special category state. So understand with utmost clarity that Telangana until now has not been accorded with a special category status. Now we will have to understand exactly what do you mean by special category state, or what do you mean by the special category status for some states. This is what we will have to understand from the first introductory part of the session. Now when it comes to the GS paper 2, so in fact this particular area would be covered under the GS paper 2. So when it comes to the GS paper 2 that deals with the governance, constitution, polity, social justice and international relations, you have the government policies and interventions for the development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. Sir, the special category status can also be connected to this particular phrase, which is provided well within the context of your syllabus. So coming over, we will first see what do you mean by special category states, or what do you mean by special category status. Is it constitutionally recognized? No sir, absolutely not something which is constitutionally recognized. So in fact, the 5th Finance Commission in the year of 1969 has spoke about or given some recommendation regarding some states should be treated with a specific consideration. Say for example, the states like Assam or the states like Nagaland, then in 1969, of course the Jammu Kashmir, they should be provided with some special consideration. Say for example, some kind of tax breaks. Why? The reason may be many. Say for example, if there is a difficult and hilly terrain, that may be one reason. Financial inviability, financial backwardness may be another reason. A subsequent or substantial population of tribes, that may be another reason. The state sharing international borders, that may be another reason. Altogether, the states face some kind of growth challenge, some kind of incapability to fetch their own income. That is considered as the criteria for granting special category status. Fine. So the start, or in fact the origin, or in fact the start of the special category status in India was in 1969. The 5th Finance Commission has came forward that certain states needs to be considered specially, that is Assam, Jammu Kashmir, Nagaland, provided with certain tax breaks. That means these states were exempted from providing the payment, or providing, in fact, paying the tax for some specific period. Now, when you talk about the reasons or the criteria to be awarded with a special category status, I have already told you. Number one, it may be hilly and difficult terrain. Okay, hilly and difficult terrain. The areas may not suit the construction of the factories, industries, that might be the reason. So there is no chance for the productivity to be boosted for that particular state. That may be the reason. The presence of tribal population again may indicate the backwardness socially as well as even economically, my dear friends. Strategic location along the international borders, there may be some challenges in relation to the security matters. That may be one another reason. There may be different criteria. Say for example, economic and infrastructural backwardness. Again, everything can be connected to the hilly and difficult terrain, presence of sizable tribal population, strategic location along the international borders, non-viable nature of state finances. My dear friends, if the states are unable to fetch or to produce their own income, to be self-sufficient, then that would be considered as one of the most important reason or most viable reason to provide with a special category status. Then low population density. So these are the criteria for considering a state with a special category status. Fine. Now, What are the benefits of the states with special category status? That is going to be very, very important, isn't it? What are the benefits of the state categorized as special category states? Number one is that you might have heard about the centrally sponsored scheme, isn't it? Or central sponsored scheme, my dear friends. So general states, say for example, the states like Kerala, the states like Tamil Nadu, okay, the states like Karnataka, those states will have to bear almost 40% of the fund by themselves to run or administer a central sponsored scheme, and the rest of them will be provided by the center. Okay, so for the general states, okay, general states, that means those states which are not provided with a special category status will have to bear 40% or 30% of their own revenue for the administration of the centrally sponsored scheme. If the states are provided with a special category status, my dear friends, almost 90% of the fund, okay, 90% of the fund, this is going to be very crucial, 90% of the fund will be provided as a support by the central government. So there is a chance that these special category states may claim for more funds for their development, their infrastructural amelioration, their equipmentalization, their capability building, capacity building, all those kind of things would actually support them. Okay, so central sponsored scheme as well as the power or authority to claim more funds from the center. That is one most important factor. Allotted money, if not spent, is carried forward. That is another crucial one. Once if the center allots a particular amount of money for the special category states, it may be taken forward. That means even if it is not spent, for the general state, if it is not spent, that will not be carried forward. But for the special category states, if it is not spent even, that will be carried forward for the next year. So that is also very crucial. And of course, we have spoke about the tax breaks even. So considering these benefits, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, as well as even Odisha has came forward with the demand of being recognized as special category states. But that was not accepted, my dear friends. That was not accepted. Why? Because in fact, you will have to understand the reason why Bihar has came forward with a demand of special category status. See, Bihar was speaking that, or Bihar's version was, in fact, the JDU's prominent leader, Mr. Nitish Kumar, he has made it clear that Bihar should be definitely provided the status of a special category state. He said that we are very poor state. Why? Because of the reason of the bifurcation of Bihar into Bihar and Jharkhand. The industries have left Bihar because of the irrigation facilities, the good terrain available in Jharkhand, the land resources available in Jharkhand. The peace and security in comparison to Bihar is better in Jharkhand, and that might be the situation why the industries would have left Bihar. So Mr. Nitish Kumar says that we are unable, my dear friends, we are unable to fetch more revenue. So please recognize as with a special category status. In fact, the demand of Andhra Pradesh was that it was also bifurcated, isn't it? Andhra Pradesh has got bifurcated into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Now, there was a common capital, that is Hyderabad, and Hyderabad will become the capital of Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh will have to develop a new capital, and there was different idea from different political leaders who were in power. But now what is very much current is that, or what is the latest update is that Amravati is going to be the sole capital for Andhra Pradesh, my dear friends. So that also will take time, and Hyderabad was a source of revenue for the state of Andhra Pradesh. Now Hyderabad is now becoming a part of Telangana, so we also does not have much revenue to in fact show the growth and development. So that was in fact the reason these leaders were putting forward, especially JDU's Nitish Kumar as well as TDP's Chandrababu Naidu for a long time. In fact, because of this reason, even Chandrababu Naidu has rejected to be part of the cabinet of PM Modi once. So, matters in short, what you need to understand is that these two states were running in the front to claim for the special category status. Now, it was not accepted, my dear friends. It was not accepted. So, initially, the special category status were provided for certain states like Assam or certain states like Jammu Kashmir and Nagaland, and it was later extended to 11 states, as I have already told you, the 7 sister states, the Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, as well as the state of Jammu Kashmir then. But the demand of Bihar and Andhra Pradesh was not being accepted. Why? The 14th Finance Commission. Okay, the 14th Finance Commission in 2013 recommended that instead of 32% of the divisible pool of revenue, okay, instead of 32% of the divisible pool of revenue, increase it to 42%. Increase it to the 42%. Now, what do you mean by divisible pool of revenue? So, divisible pool of revenue means those, say for example, the corporation tax, income tax, such kind of tax would be collected by the central government and it will have to be distributed among even the states. So, that is what is divisible pool of revenue. So, the 14th Finance Commission said that increase the divisible pool of revenue from 32% to 42%. Okay, now 42% needs to be shared among the states and treat all the states equally. So that was one of the demand, or that was one of the recommendation of the 14th Finance Commission. In fact, the National Development Council, one of the organ of the Planning Commission, has got scrapped in 2014. So this National Development Council was giving recommendation or giving the recognition for certain state with a special category status. So the story has got over by 2014 because the Planning Commission has got scrapped, and instead now even we have the Niti Aayog, isn't it? Now certain experts of constitution, okay, certain constitutional experts, they say that the Finance Commission was saying about banning the special category status. Now, my dear friends, as civil service aspirants, you will have to understand one thing. What was exactly Finance Commission putting forward? That is, the Finance Commission in the year of 2013, the 14th Finance Commission has not said that we are recommending for banning the special category status. In fact, the 14th Finance Commission has said that we do not recommend banning special category status, instead increase the divisible pool of revenue. In fact, during the time of Dr. Manmohan Singh, the Raghuram Rajan committee was appointed and they have came forward with a multi-dimensional poverty index to be considered for deriving funds from the center to the states. So that is also one additional point which you can mention in the mains paper. Okay, so Raghuram Rajan committee was appointed by Dr. Manmohan Singh government, has came forward with an idea that multi-dimensional poverty index needs to be considered for extracting or deriving funds from the center to that of the state. Fine. Now, we will have to understand about whether this idea of providing special category status, is it good or bad? Is it justified? Now, personally, if you ask me, my dear friends, it is a very bad idea, or it is not going to be a justified, or it is not going to be justifiable. The reason being is that the special category status for one state, okay, the special category status for one state would actually become a reason for other states to come forward with fresh claims. Say for example, the Odisha for the first time has now the BJP government, isn't it? Now the Odisha government may press or pressurize Narendra Modi that we also wanted to be recognized as special category states. Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, if recognized, then why not us? So there can be some kind of inequality among the states, and that may affect, the federal structure of Indian polity, my dear friends. Federal structure of Indian polity. Why? Because you are making inequality among the states. You are considering states differently. You are discriminating amongst the states. So that is not going to be a viable idea. Reason number 2 is in fact more crucial. Reason number 2 is that you are rewarding the undeserved. Why, sir? Why you are rewarding the undeserved? I'll just give you a comparison. Fine. So once our constitution has got commenced, that is from 1950, each and every 10 years we have conducted census, and on the basis of census we had organized or constituted the delimitation commission, and the delimitation exercises have been taken forward. By 1975 the process has got froze for the next 25 years. By 2000 again it has got frozen for the further 25 years, and until 2025 we will not be having this delimitation exercise. And what is the reason? Why? The political executive has decided that we will freeze this episode. We will freeze this process of delimitation from 1975. That means even if the census gets conducted, there will not be delimitation. We would be still following the 1971 census until 2025. What was the reason for this? You can just imagine that each and every time on the basis of the census, if there is a delimitation, the states which were efficiently taking forward the family planning functions would be discriminated against, my dear friends. Say for example the southern states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, those states would be in a difficult position in such a way that even if the census has got or will be conducted in 2026 and further delimitation happens, the states like Kerala, the states like Tamil Nadu would be at a greater disadvantage. Why? Because they are performing well in managing population. They are taking forward the family planning program quite efficiently in comparison to the northern states. Now, just imagine the condition that the people of Kerala, the government of Kerala realizes that we are not getting rewarded. In fact, the reward goes for those performing poor. Now, the state of Kerala or the state of Tamil Nadu, if declares the people that increase the number or increase the population, then what would be the status of India as a whole, as a nation? Isn't it? We may have the population, but we might not be having the food, shelter, water and other resources, even employment. The nation will be more and more poor, my dear friends. So this is not going to be a good convention. You are not supposed to reward undeserved. Your UPSC exam can also be taken into consideration. Just imagine that if UPSC announces that failed candidates would be provided a chance or a spot in the rank list, means will any aspirant come forward with an intention to clear this examination? So that is reason number 1, that you are rewarding the undeserved. This is most crucial, my dear friends. Now, what can be done? What can be done? See, this actually requires an introspection and observance. Okay, this actually requires an introspection and observation. That is, what are the causes of Bihar being poor? What are the causes or challenges in front of the state of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha? Sir, Bihar is poor only because of the poor law and order situation. The industries will have to be provided with the security. The industries will have to be provided with the peace. The ease of doing business needs to be improved. Sir, that is on your side. It is one subject which is mentioned in the state list. So please improve yourself, please be more efficient, and please come forward as a state as well as a polity to become the top state in the country, my dear friends. It is not that something which you are claiming unnecessarily that will do goodness in the long run. So please improve yourself and try to perform level best, and there is always a chance for improvement and development for each and every state in India. And this is totally a kind of federal government, and it would be always great that if you take a stand that the states should be equally treated, then that is going to send a strong message for the people of India and even to the world. So with new videos, we'll be meeting you soon. Till then, it's goodbye.